Which of these would you call real and which would you call fake? The ferocious dragon, innocent rabbit, and devious snake are among other animals of the Chinese Zodiac signs. What you are seeing is an art installation now sitting in the façade of the LACMA. The artist responsible for this installation is a contemporary architect and prominent political dissident in China. His name is
Ai Weiwei.
Ai Weiwei.
Ai Weiwei.
Ai Weiwei Zodiac Heads installation was inspired by the so-called original or real Zodiac Heads created around 1750. The original heads adorned Zodiac Fountain at Yuan Ming Yuan, or the Old Summer Palace, in Beijing, until they were looted in 1860 by Anglo-French troops during the Second Opium War. Two of these heads came into the possession of the renowned French fashion designer Yves Saint Laurent. However, his auctioning of the heads at Christie's in 2009 prompted protests and anger from Chinese citizens over the selling of these cultural relics. When asked what his motivation was for creating these fake or new Zodiac heads, Mr. Ai replied that he wanted to toy with the idea of what makes something real or fake. He wanted to dramatize the irony of what he saw as the fakeness in the original Zodiac heads, which were commissioned by Italian missionaries in China. While Ai Weiwei struggles with these ideas of real and fake through the political activism of his art, it also pervades his everyday life. For example, although he co-designed Bird's Nest Stadium for the 2008 Beijing Olympic Games, he refused to attend the opening ceremony, calling it just a fake smile. He also led a year-long citizens' commission and inquiry to identify those students killed in the 2008 Sichuan earthquake due to poorly constructed and financed government-operated school buildings. Ai Weiwei's political activism and continuous criticism of the Chinese government have brought him national respect and grassroots sympathy, but also the hatred of the Chinese government. In April, Ai Weiwei was arrested at Beijing International Airport for alleged tax evasion and illegally imprisoned for 81 days. In November, Beijing's local taxation bureau slapped him with a fine of $2.4 million, claiming that the company Ai Weiwei is one of several designers for, called Beijing Fake Cultural Development Ltd., had committed the crime of tax evasion. Ai Weiwei called the fines a ransom he must pay for the freedom of speech. Even under this financial pressure, Ai Weiwei did not stop criticizing the Chinese government. Instead, he made a plea on social networking site Google Plus for donations to appeal this fine and encouraged his supporters to give any size donation they could, no matter how small the amount. His supporters responded. Mr. Ai received almost 30,000 donations worth $1.4 million in less than 10 days. Mr. Ai deposited over 97% of the donations to the government bank in order to begin an appeal against the fine.
I think it's honorable that he can express himself through art and that he's speaking to people on a subject that they feel very passionate about, that he can raise that much money amongst the population whose freedom of speech is wildly restricted, and I would probably send him money.
In his latest posts on Google+, Ai Weiwei displayed several sample receipts for his donors. Mr. Ai personally sent these special gifts as souvenirs, marking the various donors' political consciousness and support. By involving Chinese citizens in a grassroots fundraising campaign with significant political implications, Ai Weiwei has succeeded in using his art to promote a national, sociocultural, and political discourse that questions the Chinese government's judgments of what is real and what is fake. You can visit Ai Weiwei's Circle of Animals Zodiac Heads exhibit until February 12, 2012 at the LACMA.